he's trying to set up a partner with sidekick, so he's pushing his opponent, he's using his opponent, using his opponent mind, he's using a sidekick and front roundhouse kicks to create pattern. Then he tried to aim to the helmet, but he wasn't enough close. We can watch that he's not enough close with his opponent. Even if he did a front step, he wasn't able to reach the opponent helmet. He probably need first to step and then he advance with the knight technique. Yeah, this should be the right thing here to close and get to the opponent head. But you risk to get a sidekick, a counter technique. Instead, if you first lift the leg and then you advance, you have a sort of shield. And if your opponent is not ready, you can actually hit the opponent helmet. In this case, he first went for the helmet and then he tried to score on the torso, on the back side of the torso. So the referee is going to divide them. They are subbing each other. This is a good sidekick. The blue seems a little bit too static. He needed to be more dynamic. He needed to strike more techniques compared to the red. So now, in my opinion, the red has a little bit advantage because he's striking more than the blue. And let's set a little bit more the time to advance the pursuit so we can watch some cool technique here. Okay, so the blue, I think the red did a mistake here because the blue entered in the red range, so the red is a little bit taller, so the blue entered in the red range with this technique, but the red was able to use this distance, so the red is in the right distance to score with an high roundhouse kick or the next kick, but it didn't do anything here. So the blue was able to get in the right range, so it was able to close the gap, to close the distance and get in his range, but the red didn't do anything to take back his advantage. So I think he was even enough lucky because the blue wasn't able to hit the red. Of course, this is not luck because the fact that the blue didn't hit the red is not luck because, of course, the red inclined his body, so he dodged the technique and he even backstep, so it was luck, of course, but he didn't do anything to take back his lead, his virtual lead in this case. So for now, they are not able to take points, to score points, but they are able to hit each other's. I want to close the chat. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this was a really nice sidekick because if we can watch this slowly, when he tried to land this sidekick, I don't know if he was going for a front roundhouse kick, I don't think so, but he tried to hit with the heel, the smaller spot of the heel, so he had more chance to score if he hit his opponent. But he wasn't able to hit, and the reason why he wasn't able to hit is because he's too far from the red. He's already too far from the red. I need to close first the distance. He needed to do a little step towards his opponent and then a strike with this sidekick. All those techniques that they are throwing, they are good, but they are too far. You need to be more closer. They need to be closer to their opponent to score with those techniques. I think they trained a lot with static opponent and they are not able to play better. They are not able to read a dodging action by their opponent, so they are not able to score with those techniques, even if they are great techniques here, great kicks. And they are not able to score because they are not reading a possible dodge in this moment, in my opinion. Okay, okay. Oh. So the red, they are in the center of the mat. The red is trying to take some technique on the opponent's helmet, but still is too far from the red, from the blue. Even if he's taller, is not able to reach the blue helmet. This means that the blue is really good on dodge and controlling the distance, but red is not using the right distance to strike with his technique, so he's just losing his stamina. He's just wasting his energies. And later on, when we are going to watch the fight about Rashitov, we are going to compare those fights and we are going to understand how a great player works and how a great player can score more points compared to a lower ranking player, and what are the differences between those fighters. Okay, this was a great combination. In this case, we did everyone probably learn this type of combination, and we can watch that he tried to close the distance with the sidekick against a taller fighter, so he was able to close the distance. He threw a punch, but this punch was a little bit useless because he was able to throw it with a good technique. And then he was going to throw a axe kick, but the red was able to block the blue. Okay, they are trying to read each other. The red is trying to take points with sidekick. Oh, this was very close. Because let's watch it again. Here, the red was able to probably hit the blue with this roundhouse kick. And the blue perfectly read this roundhouse kick, so he was ready, probably was waiting this roundhouse kick. And in the moment the red threw this roundhouse kick, he was able to throw and counter with a spinning back kick. A very good action by the blue. And still he wasn't able to take this win. Oh. Ooh, now the blue is a little bit risking because in this moment the red was able to press the opponent in the corner, so the blue is in the corner. But still the red is not able to score points. Ooh, this high kick. So there is a great trade here, but trade technique. There is a great trade technique in this fight, in this action, but they weren't able to score points, and I think the red won because he threw more hits, so he was able to hit the blue more than the blue did on the red, but they both weren't able to score points. And here they did a great exchange because they are fighting and they are kicking both on the opposite side. They are not scoring, they are not trying to score on the same side of the opponent. Still, they are not playing in the right range. So this is a main problem in this fight for now. Okay. Boom. Okay. Okay, now seems the red was able to understand the right distance to score on the blue. So let's rewatch this action. Okay. He's pushing the blue in the corner because I probably understood that to score on the blue, and the blue he dodge a lot. So has this weakness that he try to dodge a lot instead than block or moving around or go out of the opponent techniques. So in the moment that the red is able to push the opponent in the corner, even if he move around like this case, he still has a limit space to dodge. And in this case, he was able to throw this roundhouse kick, this perfect roundhouse kick on the blue. Indeed, the blue ran away on the right side, so go by here, and he's able to take this moment, take this opportunity to score point. And this happened not because the red did the right thing, of course the red did the right thing, but because the blue did a mistake here. In the moment that he moved on the other side, he went closer to the red, while he did anything, so the red was able to strike the blue in the right range. Meanwhile, the blue didn't have the chance to come back to counter this technique. So this is the problem in this action. Still, the red did even a better thing. He continued to kick the blue to try to take even more points instead of only 2 points. This is what you have to do. Once you take 1 point, more 3 points, you have to continue your combination to score even more points. So I think that the blue now is trying to close the gap, is trying to get closer to the red, but in this moment didn't went well for the blue. So let's try to understand how he's going to evolve this situation and if the blue can come back from these 2 points. Because watch carefully, the red is taller compared to the blue, so he has some genetical advantage in this situation. It's a great action here where the red try to close the gap. Even if he's taller, he tries to close the gap to score high kicks. This is the only reason why you want to close the gap as a tall fighter, because you want to score on the opponent head. And in this case, he continued to strike multiple techniques, and he was able to barely strike with a front roundhouse kick as a last technique, and then continue a combination with another roundhouse kick where the blue was able to perfectly dodge it. Okay. So as you can watch, the blue is trying to find some opportunities to score, but seems he doesn't seem to able to take these moments. Instead, the red is using his length to hit the range, hit the distance, and then he was able to score on 3 points on the opponent's helmet. And this happened because he struck multiple side kick. Probably now the blue was waiting for a roundhouse kick, or was waiting from a high roundhouse kick or any type of technique. Okay, so okay, go on, let's go on in this video. And let's understand why he was able to hit with these 3 points. So the first is a side kick, and the last one he was able to enter with a high side kick. And the problem here, as I told you, is that the blue is in the red range without doing anything. If here he did something, he went out, he tried to dodge instead, then block it, he could have more chance to avoid the situation. But he decided to block, and the red had the chance to score. Okay, so 5 points ahead. This is a problem. Now let's watch how the blue is able to score on a taller fighter, and what he did here, and what he was able. And the technique that allowed him to score those 2 points is he closed the distance with a roundhouse kick, probably a high roundhouse kick. And meanwhile, the red tried to close the gap. He used a sort of front roundhouse kick to score those 2 points. It's a common technique at a high level. I don't like it, but if you can perform it, you can take a lot of points, of course. And he was able to take those 2 points. Let's check if he could have done something more. Okay, this is good. No, he couldn't do anything because the red closed the gap. He still needs 2 points to come back. The red is trying using those side kicks to take some point. He's waiting, yes, he's waiting for roundhouse kick. So he's waiting for the red roundhouse kick and to score those spinning back kicks. I don't think this is a great strategy, of course, but I think the red is able to read the blue. Probably he should try to use some spinning kick instead than spinning back kick to score points. Okay, this is a very big mistake for the red, because he closed the distance. Watch how he closed the gap with these side kicks, and in the moment that he fall on the blue distance. So in this moment, the blue, because he just backstep, Instead, the red is falling, is dropping his lead. Now the blue has a window to score points. This is something that you have to avoid. You have to avoid to drop your legs in the opponent range unless you are very fast and you are able to come back from this situation. So indeed, as you can watch, he strikes with his inner side in the inner front roundhouse kick or reverse roundhouse kick. It didn't went well. He could have done a lot more, but he preferred to use this technique and it didn't went well. Here you can, in my opinion, if he had to strike on this side, so on the back side of the red, probably had more chance. I don't know. Probably yes, probably not. Or maybe he could have dodge on the other side and strike even on the lower side, on the back side of his opponent. Rashitov does this a lot. Okay, so let's continue. Oh, okay, some cancel techniques. A roundhouse kick, a back roundhouse kick. But let's use 30 seconds left. Let's check if the blue is able to come back. Oh, the red got even 3 more points. And why I was able to take those 3 points, because if we watch this with attention, the red is following the blue and is struck with the high front roundhouse kick. And the reason why he was able to take those 3 points is because the blue was in the corner, so he was in the border and he wasn't able to block or dodge it properly. Now, of course, the blue needs a lot of points to come back. He needs to use some spinning kicks to take those points back, probably. He's trying, of course, but it won't be easy. It won't be very easy to do this, even if he's trying. So, oh, he scored the 2 points, but with what technique? Oh, this was a beautiful spinning O kick. I think that roundhouse kick went there. So only 3 points left. Probably if he... No. He needs a spinning O kick. He's trying a spinning O kick. Of course, the red ran away. Now he has more points, so he can avoid these by going back again. This is a common technique. He tried a lot, and now the red won just due to these techniques. So the blue, in my opinion, in this fight was a little bit too passive, and he wasn't able to take the right mistake, the right choice when the opponent did some mistake. Instead, the red was able to take a few points on the opponent's mistake, and he was able to read much more the blue compared to his opponent. So let's go to the next fight. Let's watch here Uzbekistan, if I'm not wrong, against Korean. This Uzbek, I don't remember if he's a good fighter. Should be a good fighter. At this moment I don't remember, but let's still watch this fight to understand how even different country fighters play the match. So in this case, the blue use a lot of side kicks. Now we have even a closer camera, so we can watch even much better. We can watch much better the fight compared to the previous fight. So they are more closer because now they have the same height. So the red, an opponent can't control the distance better from the other. So in the moment they get close, they are both in the right range probably. And as you can watch, the red use this like side kick and did a great mistake here, because as I told you in the previous video, when you in the previous fight, when you fall, when you drop your leg on the opponent range, your opponent has a lot of chance to strike and take point. In this case, he could have used like a front roundhouse kick like he did, or he could lift for the helmet, or he probably could use a back roundhouse kick on the back side of the armor. So you have a lot of chance. This is a big thing that you can use when your opponent falls. In this case, he used the front roundhouse kick, did well, probably he hit, because we can watch he hit the red, but he wasn't able to score, so the technique was too light. This is another the snake kick. This is another beautiful technique that people use in high level. This technique is great because you fake a high kick, so it's a sort of question mark kick where you fake a high kick but you aim for the torso. And he was able to hit the red. So if they are going to draw, the blue is going to win this match full count because he hit 3 times compared to the red that hit only 0. And there is a great counter where now the red closed the distance with probably not the best tactic, but it's still a good tactic because as you can watch, he get close first with the feint, so he like paralyzed the opponent, he break the tension, then he advance with a sort of side kick by just lifting his leg. Instead, the blue was able to or better, it was just much faster compared to red because as you can watch, he was able to hit probably the opponent. I don't think he hit, maybe he's going to lift the card. No, he didn't hit, so he's not going to lift the card and lose the card. But this was a great counter in this case. Let's continue to watch. Okay, they are doing some reverse instead. Very weak technique. They are not going to score with those techniques. I don't know if they are going even to hit with those techniques. Okay. Oh, so he was able to take those 3 points because like for the previous fight, it's a tap putter, and in the moment, like, he used the side kick to close the distance. The red didn't dodge; it just like inclined his body. So the blue was able to find the right range. In this case, he was in the right range to score with a knife kick, and he was able to touch the helmet because, like you can watch, to score with a knife roundhouse kick is very close to his opponent. His foot is very close to the opponent's foot, and now he can hit the helmet. Otherwise, he won't be able to hit the opponent helmet. Like happened a lot in the previous fight where he tried to score with high techniques from a too far distance. The red try again to score with this roundhouse kick, or better, sort of axe kick, maybe charge, I don't know how we can call it. But we can learn something from this action because to throw this sort of axe kick is first close the distance with the side kick. So with the side kick, the blue stopped, inclined his body, and he tried to score with his back leg. He could have also, on the same way, hit with a high kick. Oh. Oh. This is a CJ Nicholas style. Okay, so the red is advancing toward the blue, is using a great aggression, but the blue is very good on counter and block the opponent aggression. Now, in the moment that the red tried to use a spinning hook kick, the blue stopped his opponent with an axe kick. So, what we can learn from this situation is that attack with a spinning hook kick is not a great idea overall if your opponent is a very fast axe kick with the front leg. So how he could have thrown this spinning hook kick, probably he should have used a side kick, so a fake side kick more than a step spinning hook kick. And in other case, this is, or no, it wasn't even a spinning hook kick, it was a spinning back kick. So the second mistake in this case is that he stopped on that technique. If he was going to lean with his spinning hook kick, probably was going to hit the blue, and the blue wasn't able to hit with his axe kick, because in the moment that the blue start, seems that the red stopped to throw his technique, or probably the blue was able to stop the red movement. Okay. Okay, side kick. They are very close. They try to clinch to stop the action. They are using, the blue was able to block and cancel the red technique. Another spinning hook kick, but it wasn't enough. So seems low, probably like a spinning scorpion kick more than spinning hook kick. Okay, try. He tried to get in, he tried to use spinning hook kicks, is not going well for the red. So the blue was able to get all this advantage. Now he has only 2 gum jumps, so probably he's going back. He just blocking the opponent action without trying to go outside of the map. So the both coaches are Koreans. This is a little weird, of course, but they are fighting for different nations, countries. So the blue use council techniques to block the red. Seems that the blue is a little bit taller, I don't know. Or the red is just using a lower stance. No, probably is just taller. So he's a little bit, the blue is a little bit taller. So he has a genetical advantage in this case. Let's check if we can. Ooh. Okay. I didn't watch anything really good in this action. Let's watch if they are going to assign the point. They didn't. So now there is only a gunshot, 1 minute left. Ooh, this was a very nice sort of roundhouse kick. He closed the distance with a side kick and he threw and he kicked with this sort of roundhouse kick. Meanwhile, the blue tried to take back those points with the first a front roundhouse kick and then a roundhouse kick, a back leg roundhouse kick. Okay, cancel. Ooh, very close for the blue. So he blocked the opponent action, he closed the distance with the side kick. Let's analyze slowly this side kick because this is a Uzbekistan or side kick compared to better axe kick. Because most of Uzbekistan fighter use this technique that they learn from Rashitov, and this is a 2-step side kick. Let's watch it slowly. So they lift the leg, they lift the knee, they advance and drop it on the opponent helmet. In this case, he was enough close, so he didn't give up and tried to take even more points. But I don't think he was able to take any points. But if you learn this technique and don't give up like the blue did, you are going to score a lot of points. You're going to score those 3 points compared to this blue. Because you are not going to fight against this Korea level fighter, but you are going to fight probably to a player like you that is going to take the first hit, the first technique, and the other 3 that you kick. So try to score multiple, try to kick multiple techniques instead of just going with one technique if you want to win and want to win more fights. So the red doesn't want to give up this match. He's trying anything. He's trying to change his strategy. He's trying to clinch to stop the blue techniques and also give a gun jump to the blue. Okay, so side kick, control the distance. The blue was able to control the distance. The red is a little bit scared, or better is just playing far to avoid that the blue take points for free. So he's trying to search a moment and opportunity to score his technique, and he was able to hit the blue for this reason, for the same reason that allowed the blue to score 2 points in the previous round. And let's watch it again. The blue used this side kick, he fall in the right distance for the red. Let's watch it again. So the red was able to block the technique and he found the opportunity to strike with this front roundhouse kick, but it was too weak. Like, it happens again. You should just throw powerful techniques if you want to score points. But he was able to still hit his opponent. Now, there are very few points. Let's watch. Ooh, oh, 3 points again with this beautiful axe kick that we can learn. So he advanced with this front axe kick and he was able to hit the opponent helmet. In the moment that the referee start the match, boom, 2 high techniques. The first was an axe kick that I showed you in the previous seconds, and then it showed another high roundhouse kick. Very beautiful. Now it is a 4-point side, and the red probably need the spin hook kick to take those points back. Okay. Okay. Okay, seems the blue was able to take other 2 points. Now he's controlling the distance because he has more points compared to the red, so he's like trying to take the distance, take the red out of his range. And he was able to score with the front roundhouse kick. They both tried to kick with multiple technique, but they are not going to score. They didn't score. So they tried to close the distance, but this match went well for the red, and the blue was able to take more points. Conclusion of this fight, I think the blue was able to... I think the main difference here was that the axe kick. The blue was able to hit and score with this axe kick, meanwhile the red was able to take back those points after these high kicks. So in this fight, just one technique decided the match for the blue. And that axe kick was a great technique, and that tactic is a technique that you have to learn if you want to win more fights. Now, let's go to the next match and let's watch how Rashitov, an high-level fighter, an Olympic fighter, fight compared to the lower ranking fighter. So let's analyze the difference between those players, and let's try to understand what are the differences between those players. So, first of all, Rashitov cancelled the red. He's playing in the opponent distance. Since he's playing in the opponent distance, the red is not able to take this opportunity to score. And in the moment it advanced, I don't know why the red advanced in this way. He tried to score with a punch, but the blue blocked the red action with the front roundhouse kick. Okay, he was able to take those 3 points because Rashitov is close his opponent, and in the moment that the red did a mistake, he has the leg on the mid there, so he can't use the leg properly in this moment. He decided to strike with this high front roundhouse kick, meanwhile the red wasn't even able to cancel it. So this was the first mistake where the blue was able to take the opportunity. Okay, very easy, he's in the right range and strike with this front roundhouse kick. Now we can learn this technique from the red, this combination from the red. It's even the same combination, so you use a side kick, you fake a side kick, you close the distance and strike with the axe kick, and in most cases you are going to score it. It's a very common combination, and probably... Okay, they didn't get the point, the red probably, I don't know. Let's move. Oh! Rashitov did a lot of points here. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Let's slow it down. It's too fast. He closed the distance with the front step. The red take the opportunity because the blue closed the distance, so he did the right thing. He trying to score with the front roundhouse kick, but he didn't land it. So the blue had the chance now as the window to score with more points. In this case, he faked a front roundhouse kick, but he aimed for the helmet, as we can watch. So he was able to hit on the helmet by faking a torso technique. This was a beautiful action, and even at a slow speed, wasn't easy to watch. So let's watch it again. He advanced with the step. The red strike was ready to counter, so he dodged it, and then he go back. So he take this opportunity, take this window to take more points. He was able to score 3 points. Now he's still close, so he can continue the action, and as you can watch, the red is trying to take back those points with his side kicks. They are much more dynamic compared to the previous fight, so they are kicking much more techniques. Oh, very beautiful side kick. So So the red, no, it didn't close. We can watch that they are in a step plus technique range. So in this moment, Rashitov needed only to use this technique. He just lift the leg and kick the red. So the blue needed just to lift the leg and kick to take this point. He did just a very small step, but the red went toward the blue, so he was able to hit with this side kick because it was already in the middle compared to the red, and the red, the only chance that had to avoid this situation, avoid this technique, was to cancel, but he wasn't able to cancel. And again, he stopped the opponent action, so now he stopped, he sort of paralyzed his opponent, and now he went for the helmet with this front side kick, because the blue tried to use a side kick, but he was already faster with this high kick. Let's watch it again, let's slow it down. So the blue started with the step side kick, he hit the red, then he went again for the helmet. Probably, as we can watch, the red was able to block a side kick, so he tried to read the side kicks to the torso, to the armor, but he wasn't able to cover the helmet too, and he got those 3 points. So great action for the blue that was able to create a pattern and break it with a high side kick. Now only 2 points, the blue is going to take this victory. Only 1 point and the blue is going to take this victory. So the red can't make more mistakes, he can't take those gun jumps, he can play only safe or he's going to lose. And this can be a problem for the red, because he can't take those risks, he has to find right opportunities in 1 minute. Oh, this spinning kick is great, he can't go out because he's going to lose, and this was the problem that gave him the victory to the blue, because as you can watch, he can't go out, he can't avoid the situation, he needed to move forward or move other side, he can't go on the back side, he can't backstep in this moment. So Rashitov used this situation to his advantage, and he tried to score with a side kick to take those 2 points. So you have to understand even how rules impact your match and impacted your opponent's mind. In this case, due to the fact that he was 11 points, he did only 1 point to win, the red couldn't take gun jump, so he just needed to take safe technique, you need just to take safe technique to score point and win. And when you press the opponent in the corner, he can't go back, so probably is going to do some mistake that allow you to take points, and you need to press your opponent in the corner to take those 2 points. Or maybe take the points that allow you to win the round. Okay, let's watch from the start. The blue using a lot of these side kicks, so we can watch that Rashitov trained a lot his side kick, trained a lot to counter with side kick, he trained a lot to speed up, to increase the speed, the reflex of his leg, his muscle to lift faster the leg and keep it up and use it properly to score points. So his legs are very well trained compared to other players to the previous match, where they were a little bit slower. Now let's watch. Boom. Roundhouse kick. Okay, so the blue front side kick, and they close with a roundhouse kick. I was able to score with this roundhouse kick. Let's watch it. Let's watch again. So they are very close. He faked a side kick and he threw a roundhouse kick. That was the reason why I was able to score those 2 points. Let's continue to watch. Oh, 3 points for free. So the problem here is that the red tried to score with this spinning back kick, and that was a horrible spinning back kick in my opinion. I don't know if it was a good spinning back kick, but I don't think so. And the reason why it wasn't a good spinning back kick, because he tried to score with a spinning back kick on the same side of his opponent. So the opponent did just to lift the leg to stop the action and take that spinning back kick as a spinning nut kick. So the red was going to destroy the blue nut. The blue balls compared to the take 3 points, 4 points, and then 4 points, sorry, compared to the blue. And I think he hit the opponent jewels because it was very close. He hit it. I know that. That was a spinning nut kick and not a spinning back kick. So this is a problem when you try this technique. To be efficient and score points for points with this technique, you have to switch stance and hit with the other leg. Okay, so this is the reason why the red was able to score with this technique and he was able to destroy the fertility of the blue. Okay. Instead, the blue was able to block the opponent with his high roundhouse kick because it was already close, so it was for free. It was a very free 3 points for the blue. Now he has 5 points ahead. This means that red needs 7 points to win, or better, 5 plus a punch. So I need more technique to win this fight. So the blue has a great advantage compared to the blue. The blue has a great advantage compared to the red, sorry. Oh, beautiful double roundhouse kick for the blue. But he didn't score. So now I think the blue is trying to take those 12 points again. Oh, he was able to take his front roundhouse kick. As we can watch, Rashitov in this fight, at least for this fight, is trying to search the opportunity. He's not taking multiple techniques, but more trying to counter in the right moment. As you can watch, he block and cancel the red side kick and score with the roundhouse kick. It was very fast. Then the red is trying to push probably and score with the roundhouse kick. So yeah, he scored with a back roundhouse kick. The blue blocked the technique and he found a spot on the lower side of the red, but he was able to score with it. Then as last, he could handle the match and the round like a Spartan fighter with the front technique, with the front kick, the Miro Chaji. Okay, so snake kick, and then hook kick. What happened here is that the blue closed the gap, and the red didn't a lot. He dodged it. He tried to, I don't know, cancel probably. He fall earlier, so he had the chance to do something. Instead, the blue did something in this case. And the reason why he was able to score 2 points is because the blue did something, meanwhile the red didn't something. He didn't anything, he just backstepped and dodged the technique instead than attacking. So if the red used the technique, use a roundhouse kick, he would have avoided this hook kick. So this is why I tell you that the more you attack, the more you kick, the higher chance to score, because you even deny the chance to attack to your opponent. In this case, he take back the mat. He did a great thing. He used side kick to recover the mat and push the opponent in the corner, and then he kicked him out of the mat by taking those 2 points. So probably has more chance to win by taking ganja more than taking back those 7 points, 8 points. Okay. Oh, beautiful side kick for the blue. He was able to find an opportunity. The red stand there, and he was able to hit with front roundhouse kick. I can't tell anything because the red just jiggled in the situation here, and he was able to hit with a simple side kick. So now again, the blue has 2 points to win the match. Need just 2 points to win this match. Oh, he was able to hand it with a beautiful axe kick. So let's watch it again. He's already very close, and he fake a side kick. The red was ready to cover a side kick, to block a side kick, but he lifted the leg and ended up with an axe kick. An axe kick that cost the red the match. And he was able to take those 3 points and win the match. So this is the main difference between a high level fighter and a low level fighter, or better, a low ranking fighter and a high ranking fighter. Both fighters are very nice, but there is a huge gap between those fighters. The high level fighter, as you can watch, is very fast with his leg, has a very great reflex compared to the lower ranking fighter. He can land, he can score points with sidekick, meanwhile the low rank fighter can't score points with sidekick. He can control much better the distance, and he is able to score, he is able to kick when in the right distance compared to the lower fighter that strike multiple techniques when he is even outer and is not in the right distance. So Rashitov, compared to the other fighter, is very good on controlling the distance, is very good on knowing he's in range and when he needs to kick to score points, compared to the previous fight, like in this case. Then once he gets the window, he uses it. Once he is in the right opportunity, once he has the right opportunity to score points, he's able to take it. He doesn't allow to miss it. He doesn't want to miss the opportunity to score points. If he has a chance to score points, he uses it, compared to the previous fighter that were able to score points even if the opponent gave a great hold on their guard. Okay, so this is a reason between those fighters. I advise you to join my channel if you want to watch and get more Taekwondo contents. I give you more content in as to my membership. I'm going to make a short video, better video, more fight analysis, mainly for my membership channel, and I'm going to try to make more live during the weekend, because now I don't have that much time. So I'm trying to dedicate my time more to membership compared to premium fighters, female athletes. But don't worry, I'm going to upload shorts, and this will be the main source of your content and fight analysis that you can use to improve your fight. So 1 hour of video that you can use every week during your week, and then maybe I'm going to split it and download it, upload it on my channel so that you can use it and watch it better. But I advise you to watch like this to help my channel grow. Have a nice day, have a nice day, keep improving and don't give up, and continue to train even on Saturday and Sunday. And just because it's a weekend, you should not stop to train. Try to train even on those weekends, because when your opponents rest, you are training. And if your opponents rest and you train, you're going to improve more than your opponent, and you are going to win more than your opponent. Okay, so have a nice day, guys.